Oh, hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. All right, Four of Cups. You're somebody who's usually quite content with things. You know, I feel like you don't really ask for a lot in life. You know, you're someone who I think is satisfied with the simple. I think you appreciate the little things in life. You know, you don't need these big grand gestures in your life in order to really appreciate things or appreciate people. You don't need big, huge, epic adventures in your life. I think you're content with living a life that is quiet but fulfilling, you know, connected and creative but calm. Yeah. But it seems right now that maybe we're in the mood, you know, for a little something, some sort of movement here, right? Anytime we get a four, this is a Four of Cups, we start looking for a five, right? So it seems like you're kind of wishing for something. You're hoping for something new, something different maybe. Maybe you're thinking of changing course. Okay, this is our sailboat here. And this is usually a sailboat that is sort of anchored in the harbor, safe from storms. Not sinking, no holes in the boat, but not really sailing off into the unknown ocean either. Okay, maybe you're sort of willing to now take the risk for maybe a different kind of reward. You're ready to maybe embark on a new adventure, which does have its risk of storms. But the promise of a greater satisfaction or a greater excitement even is pretty tempting, right? We're going to put this into some context. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what other cards you get today. We've got the adjustment card. Okay, maybe we are looking to sort of make some minor adjustments in life, maybe some major adjustments. This is a card that's really telling you to sort of weigh the options, you know, before doing any significant changes in your life. Here's the Princess of Pentacles. There's a Prince of Wands. We'd expect that. There's the Devil card. And there's the Seven of Wands. Interesting the way we see things here. I like what we've got on the vertical plane here, the vertical axis on the path of the dove, because it kind of shows that deep within you, you know that your life could be more than what it is. And I don't think that's an unfair statement for anybody. Our life can always be sort of more than what it is now. But the idea is, should we be happy with what we have, or should we be striving and taking risks to, as the devil would here, the Devil card, climb ever higher? Or keep doing what we're doing, going this way, but running into that Seven of Wands, feeling as if life is always going to be a bit of a struggle. Well, maybe it is anyway. Yeah. Let's finish up over here. Oh, we got another Leo card, two Leo cards, the Luster Strength card, both Leo power cards. We have a Four of Wands, the Star card, and the High Priestess and the Star. Do some very diligent introspection and meditation before you change course, before you do anything. I think that's a very important injunction here, is to don't make any sudden moves right now. Okay, be sure that you answer the question, okay, who am I? Why am I here? And, you know, what is What is your intuition telling you? What is Spirit telling you is the right move right now? To stay the course, or to make some minor adjustments or major adjustments, right? We're going to go ahead and select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and it's going to go right here. And today we're going to put our new friend, the octopus, right on top. Now, we don't have a name for the octopus yet. If you want to help me name the new character in our little family of friends here, leave a comment and let me know what you think the octopus should be called. Also have a little tortoise that we need to name next. And maybe we should replace one of these, one of our less popular family members here. I don't know which one should go, or if we should just keep all of them. The desk is getting a little crowded. If you have a prediction for the mystery card, though, please put it down in the comments, okay? Well, as the High Priestess is telling us, let's practice our intuition, okay? We need to tap into something here in order to figure out how to go forward in the way that's going to allow us to avoid the feeling of life getting more challenging. We're trying to grow and expand and evolve, and we know that comes through challenges. But at the same time, we're not trying to create a life that is sort of more difficult than it was before, right? So it's a weird catch-22. In order to have a life that is maybe more satisfying, higher quality of life, let's say, we have to go through struggles, right? But if there are too many struggles, if it's always a struggle, then, well, where's the higher quality of life that we were after? So eventually we have to come through the struggle and experience sort of a higher level of existence, or a higher level of awareness, or something like that. But let's take a look around the room here and see what cards we have. We know we've got major arcana here, and then over here, here, and here. So we've got our standard 4 major arcana. And I think, I'm sorry, no, wait, 5. How did I forget about the Libra energy, the adjustment card? So we have 5 major, and that, to me, now, going from 4 major arcana to 5 changes everything, Because 4 is kind of standard. That's what we'd expect to see. But then when we get 5, it's kind of like, okay, there's more than usual here. So this tells me that this is really a major turning point in your life, and you've got to be ready. Okay, you've got to prepare for something serious going on in your life, especially when we look toward the 7 of Wands. If the 7 of Wands is going to be in your future anyway, if life is going to be a challenge, no matter what we do, we might as well make that challenge a worthy opponent, one that's going to bring us the kind of growth, expansion, success, leveling up, whatever you want to call it, the most that it can. If we're going to struggle anyway, we might as well be struggling for greatness, right? Struggling for abundance, struggling for success, or again, whatever word you want to use, whatever your sort of objective is in life right now, whether it's something financial or related to family, business, art, creativity, spirituality, religion, friends, romance, and whatever it is. If it's going to be a challenge, we might as well set the objective, set the bar really, really high. Because either way, we're going to be struggling. Now let's struggle for the very best that we can achieve, right? I don't know. Let's see. We've got fire. Yeah, we've got quite a bit of fire here. We've got just the water here, which isn't much, right? It's not a lot of water. And we got the earth down here. And it's the fire, and well, the major arcana is the majority, and then next comes fire, right? So I feel like that's really Spirit trying to prepare you for a lot of intense activity, for a lot of, I think, commitment, a lot of focus, a lot of late nights and early mornings, a lot of struggle, a lot of striving, but a lot of rewards too, a lot of accomplishments, a lot of achievements, Let's talk about the Libra energy, the adjustment card. This is sort of our higher discernment. This is what we kind of need to do right? We need to figure out which is the best path. What's the best option? Stay where I'm at, make some little changes in life of just minor things sort of around the house, or big changes like where I go and spend my time every day, what I do for a living, that sort of thing. So what degree of change is necessary, if any? We've got to figure that out. And then our ability to make the right connections, to set things up in a way where we talk to the right people, we reach out to the right people. But I think this is sort of, I think you need to weigh the heart and mind. Because what we see is, we see 2 4s. So I'm thinking, okay, where's the 5? Where's the change? Well, we haven't done it yet. That's what the whole thing is. The whole reading is kind of, should things change or should they stay the same? Well, I think first of all, anytime you get a 4, we automatically invoke the 5. Nothing ever stays the same. Everything is in transit. Everything is in flux. Everything is impermanent. So change is happening whether you like it or not. So in some ways, we have to really use this to prepare for change. What is likely to happen, right? In which direction is this change likely to occur, and then how can I get ready for that? Okay. But I think that the Libra energy here, the adjustment card, is also trying to combine your heart with your mind, because the one thing we don't see is the air. Swords cards, not a single sword in the bunch, right? Not a single sword in the bunch. We got, maybe could be the equivalent of air energy. One thing we have is the Libra card, the Aquarius card. That's air energy. We've got the High Priestess. That's not air energy, but it's intuition. So it's communication, but from a higher realm, from above, right? From the vertical plane rather than from the horizontal plane. Okay. Never really had a wind that came down, I guess, right? They kind of come sideways. So we sort of have that energy. We have that higher discernment. And maybe it's good we don't have swords cards. But what we do have right away is this feeling in you. And maybe it's just this feeling of kind of, I don't know what I want. I don't know what direction I want to go. I feel something needs to happen. Something needs to change. But what? What and where? And how and who and why and all those good sounds. So the adjustment card is very important because it's us trying to understand what it is we truly want. And we're sort of trying to mentalize our feelings in a way. We have something going on in there. We're trying to put it into words so we can talk to ourselves about it. You ever try to talk to yourself about how you're feeling? Try it, And it's not to say that we have to always analyze our feelings and that we try to intellectualize everything and takes away from the actual feeling of it. No. But sometimes we're feeling something we don't really know what it's pushing us toward. What is it urging us to do? And it's in some ways, it's kind of pushing us between these two. Which one? Should I stay or should I go? Should I keep doing what I'm doing, stay the course? Or should I go and find a challenge, find an obstacle? Should I start a new sport, a martial art? Should I go bungee jumping? Should I face a fear? Should I try a different job, career, life path? Should I explore and expand new relationships, right? Should I learn a musical instrument? Should I get up on stage and perform something that I've been working on? It's kind of, it's that sort of question. And so it's not one of those things, it's not really a dialectic where we can kind of combine the two things. We can't stay here where we are and also move over there. We can't really be in two places at once, The Princess of Pentacles underneath, though, is a fabulous card because it's talking about your potential. You know that there's so much in you that you can manifest. There's so much in you that you can do, that you can accomplish, that you want to accomplish. You have a lot of skills and talents, a lot of desires, a lot of wishes, dreams, hopes, and aspirations. And you know that you're capable of sort of producing and achieving any one of those. So this inside of you is kind of like there's a whole garden in here just waiting to grow and bear fruit. Okay? But we have in the past position your Prince of Wands. This is the steadiness with which you work. You commit to something and you've been there. You've shown up every day. And it's not that you're really losing interest in your life. It's not that your energy is sort of wavering. And it's not like, well, maybe I just need a vacation, a couple days off. Maybe I'll enjoy the weekend real quick and then, it'll be fine. Because I feel like you've sort of been doing this for a while. Something's been very steady in your life. And it could be that it hasn't been appearing like anything's been changing. Okay? We may be sort of perceiving the world as if it's staying the same. Same job, same friends, family, same basic routine, same basic schedule. I kind of do the same thing. I sort of eat the same things. And, everything seems to be very consistent in your life, which is good. We like that. But I think that this is part of the issue, is that we need the novelty. We need something new. Maybe the mystery card will be the Fool card. We want sort of something that wakes us up, and it's, when something's so steady, when you're in the car, you're driving on a very flat road at a very steady speed, whatever it is, 65 miles an hour, right? Very steady and straight. Sometimes you forget the car's even moving. It's only through the acceleration or the deceleration or the maneuvering, right? The pull of gravity and inertia that allows us to kind of realize that, oh, yeah, we're moving, So in a life that has become sort of very steady and consistent, I don't even want to say routine, but it's been very, very steady. And I think the days go by very quickly. It's hard to remember that, oh, wait, I'm aging, I'm changing, I'm growing in every moment. Every moment I'm different. I'm different now. I'm different now. But we don't recognize that. We don't recognize that. It's kind of like what I say about the death card. The death card is just slow and steady change over time. And that's a scary thing, right? Because one day we wake up and we say, I'm old, and we wonder, where the hell have all the years gone? We like a life that's sort of punctuated by novelty, by memory-making events. We need tower moments in our lives because that really jostles us into awareness, consciousness, and we see the change happening. That's the moment. In the tower event, that's the moment we realize that things are changing around me. And then things settle down and things get consistent and we get the sort of death energy again. I feel like the mystery card's either going to be death or tower now, okay? Mark my words. Up above everything, I really like the devil card because that's the driving force. You've got this engine, and it's kind of like you're driving. You're in a sports car, and you're driving flat, straight, steady road, 65 miles an hour. Not even moving the wheel, just straight. You got this 400 horsepower engine under the hood, and it wants to do something. It needs to, to be opened up. And it's kind of like, in any kind of a vehicle, every once in a while, you kind of got to floor it. You really got to open up the throttle. It just cleans out all the gunk, from the engine. And I don't know if that's true, but that's what the devil card is here for. And it's right up in front here. It's what you're sort of looking at. It's what is kind of looming over you, I guess I should say, is this idea that there's so much potential in here that wants to then create. This is the potential for creation. This is you creating. This is your driving force, your engine, your generative drive, your will to create, your will to express all of this. There's got to be a mountain here to climb. It's kind of like you're here driving very, very straight, and it's just like, I just want to floor it and do some donuts and get real squirrely with it. Don't actually do that, okay? Save that for the professional stunt people. But that's the urge, in this sort of creative way. And sometimes that urge sort of moves us to do something drastic. moves us to do something, to make some big sort of change in life that is like, why did I do that? Because it's not thoughtful. It's just sort of this devil just sort of gets out, and then I end up just one day like just throwing up my hands and quitting my job, and then getting home and like, oh God, I don't have a job, And I've done that before. I've done that a couple of times actually. So it's important that we recognize this feeling, and we recognize this creative drive that we have, and we do something with it before it sort of does something without our consent. You feel me? And knowing that the Seven of Wands is in the future anyway, that either way, life is going to be challenging. The Seven of Wands is very interesting because this is the card of really fighting for what you believe in. This is you picking your hill that you're going to die on, and like you're not giving up. You're not fighting. This is the will to live, right? But the odds are against us. We know that in the famous words of Jim Morrison, no one here gets out alive, right? But yet we fight anyway. We know that the sum total of our life is the other thing, but yet we keep doing it anyway, right? There's something, it's part of that devil energy, part of that driving force, that will to live, that will to create, that will to fight. And you're fighting anyway. Life is going to be a struggle no matter what. We're always contending with the forces that are trying to put us underground. Eventually they will, but we're not going to make it easy for them, right? So, we take this into consideration too. Moving forward is going to be a struggle. Might as well struggle for something that's really going to feel good and satisfy you. Not feel good in the short term, I just want to go have some ice cream kind of thing. Maybe ice cream's involved there. I hope it is. I've been really into frozen yogurt lately. But those deepest soul desires, something that really is going to satisfy your soul, something that's going to leave a mark on the world, make a name for yourself, something that's going to help out your family and friends, something that really is going to feel genuinely good. Yeah. Let's go to the path of the serpent now. As we talk about these cards over here, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything, and it really does support the channel, and us YouTube tarot readers need your support. Okay, not just this channel, but all of your favorite readers. Let's show our support. Okay. General energy now, we've got this lust or strength card. This is courage. This is kind of the idea. Everything on the path of the dove sort of brings you to this moment of the strength card that says, I can, I will, I am, right? It's this recognition of personal power, personal creative power, your power to manifest, your power to get stuff done, right? Your power to create. This is like an energy that just grows in stature until you feel that you are just filling space, and then you can just reach out and pluck a star from the night sky and say, this is my will. It's that sort of largesse, right? And it's just interesting that we have the star card here too. And that's kind of what the lust energy is doing, sort of reaching out into the divine realm and pulling down whatever your will, whatever your aspirations are, and it becomes a reality, right? And of course, we know that there's struggle involved, there's work involved, there's thinking and feeling that needs to take place to get something from the divine realm to the earth plane. But this is the recognition of our power to do that, and the courage to attempt, the courage to try. I got to disagree with Yoda here. It's not either do or do not, right? I think that it's all about the process of things. It's all about the struggling to do something, and I think just because something doesn't work out the first time doesn't mean it's a failure, right? It doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means something didn't quite align. You got to try again. So we believe in ourselves, and I think really the idea is that we believe that we can do it. We believe that it is already done. It is already something that exists in the future. It already is finished. It's already accomplished and completed. It's just now a matter of you walking to that future, getting to that reality that already exists in time and space. Okay? And I think that's sort of the idea. And that leads us, of course, to the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of completion. It is a card of the impermanence. It's the impermanence, really, the impermanence of our feelings, too. That we're in this state of, I don't know what we want to call it. You know, it could be a little malaise. It could be stagnation, a feeling of sort of uneasiness, whatever we want to say, right? A feeling of coldness, even. We know that's a temporary thing. Okay? And with the Four of Wands, this is now the pursuit of giving expression to some of these driving forces, right? That you know you're capable of doing a lot of things and getting a lot of things done. This might even be talking about not even making any of these really big changes in your life, but recognizing the things in your life that you are accomplishing, the little things. Like I said, you're someone that appreciates the little thing. Look around at the little things that you have done. We think life is just the same. It's just going on and on. Nothing is really happening. Nothing is really changing. But then this card, especially in the position of your environment, this card is saying that look around and see how much is actually changing in your life. Look around at what little things you can do right now. This is maybe another 4. We're looking for the 5, right? Look around at how the little things are changing in your life. You know, just even nature outside your house, you know. Look around at the people that you know, how they're changing, how their lives are changing. Look around at the little things that you are sort of accomplishing and the new things that you have now put on your checklist, you know, every day. Because things are in flux. And so I think this card's really about the awareness, being aware of how change is this constant thing that's going on. And look at your life and see what little things you can sort of do. Maybe you need a new hairstyle. Maybe you need some new music in your life. Or maybe you need, you know, something. Let's find something new, right? Let's put our attention on something that is totally out of the ordinary. Let's break a habit. You know, if you tie your shoes a certain way, tie them the other way. If you brush your teeth with your right hand, use your left hand. You know, just invoke some sort of change. It's not a life-changing event. The way you brush your teeth, I don't think is going to bring on a tower moment, right? One of these sort of life path defining events. It's just your teeth. Your teeth are important. Go out and do something different. Go out and make a change in your life, right? If you're usually just sort of, you know, quietly going through life and not really interacting with a lot of people, if you sort of keep to yourself, change that by being the first one to say hello, right? Start a conversation. Go to that new coffee shop that you kind of always thought looked cool, but you just never really went to, and you just kept going to the one that you're already comfortable with. Get out of your comfort. Get out of what is sort of a routine, a habit, a cycle for you, and do something a little bit different in order to recognize the change that's constantly taking place and to sort of immerse yourself in that a little bit. As part of a larger practice, okay? Because I think that this awareness outside of you, this is you looking around at the world, right? I think you also have to look within. We've got the star card here, and I think that is really the big sort of quest here for you. The star does two things. One, it illuminates what's going on within you, shows you where your buttons are. It shows you really here where you've sort of fallen into certain cycles, patterns, habits, little ruts, you know. When the mind is kind of does the same thing the same way over and over and over again, it creates a groove in our I don't know, our brain cells or whatever. It creates pathways that really are very easy to travel now. So getting out of those pathways and doing something different is a way for you to really literally expand your mind, like literally grow your brain, okay? So it's important that we do that, and I think this card is talking about the difficulty of us doing that because, again, sometimes we just want these big tower events that just say something major is happening in my life. Change is up front and center, and it's a life path defining moment, something you'll never forget. So it's difficult for us to kind of focus on those little things, but I think you're in a very good place to do that. Right? So the star allows the divine light to come in and show us where our buttons are, shows us where our knots are, shows us where our kind of karmic cycles, our habitual cycles, our routines, and our ruts are, so that we can work on them. And as we work on them, some of this light spills out, and we begin to see the different pathways that we could follow in life, the different avenues of novelty that you can follow. And I think there are many. I don't think there's one path for us. I don't think that you have one exact destiny, one path. I mean, you might have, let's say, a destiny, as in a destination, but there are many roads that you could take to get there. And I think sometimes when we think we're following our will, we think we're fulfilling our destiny and we're following our fate. And what happens when it gets boring, right? What happens when it just feels like this doesn't feel as magical as I thought it was going to? It feels rather routine and rather mundane, you know? Sometimes we have to deal with the routine and the mundane as part of our path. But sometimes it's a reminder that the expansion of consciousness, the literal growing of our minds and brains, is a big part of the path. And if you have gotten into a routine or a habit that doesn't seem to be really fostering the growth or the expansion or the soul development, then I think we've kind of gotten off of our destined path. Okay? There are many roads to take, and sometimes we have to take many different roads in order to keep challenging ourselves and to keep growing. Things have gotten too easy. There's not a lot of growth that happens, like going to the gym and lifting the same amount of weights for years. I mean, it's good for you, but you're not really growing any further, because it's like I lift 50 pounds every day, and the 50 pounds, okay, I'm done. Didn't even break a sweat. Perfect, you know? I must be strong. So the star card is going to show us that, okay? And it's very important too. We've got the high priestess at the end here, and the high priestess is the widening psychic aperture. It is the opening of the third eye. It is the waxing moon, right? And it's letting in all of this starlight. And the starlight, then, that's what's going to illuminate your your knots, your buttons. We have to make a conscious effort to do this introspective work. We have to make the conscious connection with our divine mind, our higher mind, guardian angel, spirit guides, God, goddess, deity, whatever you want to call it. We have to let in the intuition. We have to use that intuition because there is something within you that wants to get out. There is this potential that wants, access to your sort of body, right, to create it. There is a spirit in you that wants to kind of, it's just like saying, please let me drive the car. Please let me drive the car. And we have to consciously say, okay, let's drive the car together before this thing just like grabs the wheel and it becomes a disaster. Okay? So you've got to understand what it is within you that is really trying to get out. And maybe it's not that you want a really huge life change, like maybe you're not going to change your career. Maybe you're not going to say, I'm going to move to Spain, Maybe it's just smaller things. Maybe it's about finding a more scenic route to get to the destination that you're already headed toward. Maybe you just want a little bit more diversity, a little bit more novelty. Maybe you do want that really big life change. Like, I just want to do something 180 degrees opposite of what I'm doing now. Let's do that. It'll be fun. Let's do that. It'll be exciting. It'll be scary, but it'll be great, right? You've got to know that about yourself. So you got to tap into this intuition. Let's look at the mystery card, though. I'm interested in this, surely. What is it going to be? I think either death or tower, right? Either death or tower. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. I think death would be the slow and gradual change of life, and it might just be changing little things and just working on bringing in a little bit more diversity and novelty in our life, and just changing little things like, well, maybe I'll take a couple inches off my hair, it'll be exciting, and I love that, and I'm thinking about doing that myself. My hair is getting really long and a little raggedy, actually. But the tower, on the other hand, would be like, I'm ready to be gobsmacked in life. I'm ready for something major. Like, I just want like this crazy, immense change, ready for my path to just completely split off into another direction, right? So I don't know. One of those, anyways, is my prediction. It's the tower. This is what I think you need to prepare for, because I feel like this is where your unconscious sort of energy is sort of taking you. That you want the big change. You want the memorable experience. You want the life change that is going to be drastic. Yeah. I mean, this is something that you're going to write home about. This is something you're going to tell your kids and your grandkids. This was the moment, kids, 2024. This was the moment that everything changed for me, And you have to prepare for this, because whatever this is going to be for you, there might be a little regret. We might find our Seven of Wands and be like, oh, God, why did I do that? This is just, I think I made a mistake, right? Spirit doesn't make mistakes, right? Sometimes we do. But I feel like the deeper regret is, let's say, down the road when you are talking to your kids or your grandkids or your great-grandkids, or, God willing, your great-great-great-grandkids. I think that you're going to be very glad that you took the risk. Yeah, kids, I did it. I did that big thing back in 2024 and made this huge change in my life. And it was miserable and I suffered, but it was worth it, Otherwise, it's kind of like there's no story to tell. It's like, no, I thought about it, but I never did it. Okay. Because I guarantee if you start sailing your ship, if you start sailing this boat, you're going to encounter some storms. It's pretty much guaranteed. Now, I haven't done all that much boating or sailing. I mean, I've been on the ocean quite a bit, but I imagine anytime you go on a very long journey on the ocean, at some point you're going to run into a storm. At some point the weather will get bad, hopefully not too bad, right? But you can't expect the seas to be calm like glass the whole way there. I mean, maybe sometimes. I don't know if you really know what you're doing, maybe. I don't imagine it's like that anyway. So prepare yourself, because I think this is really something big, something serious, something major happening in your life. And I think it's something that you're preparing for, you're ready for it, and you're wanting something big. Yeah, wanting something big. We're going to do something big, and that is the extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Aries are on Mondays and Fridays. Okay, be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.